Hi everyone. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Doctor Who, episode 6 called The Caretaker. We're also gonna talk about Intruders, episode 6, Boned. A lot more other stuff. So let's get started first on Doctor Who. Okay, Doctor Who with Caretaker, we saw that the Doctor was playing a caretaker at Clara's high school. Is it a high school? Yeah. And of course, Clara knows something's up, like why is the doctor there? Because every time the doctor's around, it's always something dangerous and life threatening. So we saw Clara trying to introduce the doctor to her boyfriend, which failed epically because the doctor thought the guy in the bow tie was the guy she is enamored with. And I'm not going to lie, for like a brief second, I was like, is that Matt Smith? Because the bow tie and whatever. And the doctor just off the bat does not like Danny because he was a soldier, which is not fair, doctor. Like, no judging. Just because he's a soldier doesn't mean he's not a great person or a great guy. Anyway, it turns out that Danny, in fact, kind of saved the day in the end when he did that awesome, like, flippy thing over the robot droid. I don't know what that was. It looked like a crab robot creature. Anyway, so technically, Danny helped save the day. Good job, Danny. So hopefully, the doctor will see that Clara and Danny are together. Like, I'm already shipping them. They belong together. So the doctor needs to stop trying to hate and participate. That was awful. But we'll see what happens. And like you can tell that Danny's worried for Clara's safety because Clara does end up in very dangerous situations with the doctor. Like, what companion of the doctor does not end up in dangerous situations? They're always in dangerous situations, even when they're like, oh, we're gonna go on vacation and relax. Something happens and danger is afoot. So hopefully Danny gets to tag along on one of their adventures. It would be so awesome. Like, seriously, like he should time travel with them. It'd be great. I mean, obviously he and the doctor would never get along, but that'd be hilarious. Because it's like so funny because you had Amy and Rory who got along with the doctor so well, and now you have Clara and the doctor who their dynamic is so weird, and know that Clara has her boyfriend and the doctor just doesn't like him, and I'm like, like, clearly this is a totally different doctor, and he's like murder bros, as I like to. He's like not murder bros. He's like scary eyebrows, like. Ooh. But we'll see what happens next week. I don't remember what the preview was for next week, but I'm sure there was danger and explosions. So looking forward to that. Okay, I'm not gonna delve too much into intruders. But John Sim, bless his character, bless that character's poor little heart, is like holding out that maybe his wife is has lost her mind and what is actually happening isn't really happening. But no, I'm getting it now. Like I was going down the rabbit hole and finally understanding there's a truck passing. You can hear it in my background. But I finally get what's happening. Like they have these little trigger things that are used to bring back the suppressed soul. How do I? Yeah, I mean, I think I'm explaining this correctly without sounding insane. But um, Rose's character has a lot of triggers, and she keeps them in a box, like in the house. And that's what helped bring on her self. Oh Lord, I sound insane. But anyway, okay, so it turns out that Rose is a reason that um, John Sim's wife miscarried because Rose herself, the soul within the body, did not want the child. And it was so heartbreaking when John Sim's character found out that that's why the pregnancy ended, and she buried the body of the baby in the backyard. I was like, oh my god, stop, stop. This is. I was just like, no, no. Oh, oh. It was. that was tragic. That was painful. I don't know what's gonna happen next episode, but that right there was just like that was just like I had no words. I couldn't believe that that's what she did. Like that was so wrong and messed up on so many levels. And right now we see she tried like she triggered this Asian guy. I guess that Asian guy was like some past lover in one of her other lifetimes or something. So pardon me. Rose is dangerous. And now I understand why Marcus is on the verge, but why Marcus wants to kill Rose. Not saying that Marcus is sane or anything like that, but what Rose did, that ain't right. Mm-mm, not cool, not cool, not cool. That's my 2 cents. So we'll see what happens next week. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is back, season 2. Thank gosh. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. As again, I say, don't watch a lot of comedies, so when I find one I like, I hold on to it for dear life. Not going much into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It was a hilarious episode. And Jake confessed his love to, don't remember her name, very beautiful woman, beautiful police officer. Yeah, I can't remember her name. But like normally I'm all for like characters getting together and being in love and all that. I don't want them to get together. It's gonna like be weird. I want them to be separate and have their weird, awesome dynamic that they always have. It was an awesome episode. I loved it. And oh, Gina and the other dude, can't remember his name, the weird one of the weird ones, they slept together twice. Oh, Gina, girl, you know that's gonna come out eventually. But that's another story for another time. Again, apologies. I'm feeling a bit sick, so that's my 2 cents on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Okay, now we're on the strain. This was episode 12. It was called Last Rites. And we see now why Satrakian was so obsessed with trying to catch the master in, that one time, that one shot because of what they did to his wife. They lured him into a trap when he was younger, much younger, and tricked him and turned his wife. So he would have to kill his wife. And no, we all we what the viewers understand Satrakian's mind frame at that moment when he was near to getting the master. Of course, the other characters in the show aren't too sure what's happening, but I think they may be putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Like something's up with this guy, why he's so like vampire obsessed. And we got to see my favorite guys, the vampire killers. That's right, they're back. I I feel that we're not gonna get their story until season 2. Please, I hope there's a season 2. Like, you can't do this to me. Like, I'm in love with the show and then you saying no more season, there are no more episodes. Like, what is this, Firefly? Don't do that, please. I need a season 2. So again, the vampire killers appeared and did what they did best, kill vampires. And they snatched up that like really hot Latin guy. I don't remember his name, but they snatched him up. I don't know what they're using him for, but clearly, if they were going to kill him, they would have killed him then and not taken him. So we'll see what happens because that's just crazy. And then uh, what's his name? Crazy German guy. Can't remember his name either. Rolled up to Satrakian's shop with arsenal and was like, time to get dead, Satrakian. And of course, being Satrakian, he's like I only have one route of escape. Hello. Been hunting vampires. Of course, the man have like multiple ways of getting out of his own place. Clearly, it was really sad though that he had to leave his wife's heart behind. But you have your memories and stuff, and keeping a heart in a jar is weird. Yeah, I understand the sentiment and whatever, but it's still weird. So we'll see what happens next week. Next week's the season finale. It is gonna hopefully be crazy and things will be revealed. They probably won't reveal anything and keep us like hanging on until season two, like little peasants, like yes, yes, keep watching. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. I really want more of the vampire killers. I need to know where they come from. Like it is driving me crazy. Again, apologies. I'm getting ill. So we have Masters of Sex. This was the season finale of season two, and again we see Bill Masters doing what Bill Masters wants and not thinking about anybody else but himself. And now Virginia has lost custody of her children because of what Bill did, and what he sabotaged his own um, CBS production because the CBS he didn't want the tape to air, not thinking about the consequences of his action, like how Virginia would, do to keep the study safe and to keep her children safe and to keep things out of the court. So Bill screwed up Virginia's life right there. I'm surprised Virginia hasn't lost her mind. We go to Libby, who now Libby, kudos to Libby. Mm. Libby knew all along that Bill is having an affair. There's no way. I'm just glad because if Libby had no clue, I mean, Ray Charles could have seen that Bill Masters was having an affair. So I'm glad she at least was like, yeah, I knew, but I was ignoring it. And no, she's tired of ignoring it. I mean, and I don't blame her. Like, you're gonna have fun, I'm gonna have fun too. No, nobody shows up to somebody's house at 2 o'clock in the morning wearing just a negligee. Okay, ladies, so we all knew once you took that coat off and it was just you had on your negligee, we all knew what you wanted to do with Frank at that moment, and I'm glad you did it. Good job. Like, I'm very, very happy for Libby. Like, seriously, I'm so happy that Libby is finally having some sex. She deserves it. Damn it. So that's it for season finale of Masters of Sex. As usual, Bill is ruining everyone's life and not thinking of anyone but himself. So good job to Bill. Can't wait for season three. It's gonna be. I mean, Lord have, I'm dying to see this sex study. Like, come on, man. How much more data do you need to collect before you can start actually putting things together? Come on, man. Hurry up. You'll never. I think he's a perfectionist, and he's just driving everyone. He's driving me crazy, damn it. Oh, and Austin being called a dumb blonde. I'm sorry. That floored me. That floored me. I think Austin is so used to being the beautiful and getting whatever he wants. The fact that the calometrics lady, I can't remember her name, is like, yeah, you're pretty, but you're stupid. And I think it like hit a nerve. Like, but I'm beautiful. It's funny. Like he's not used to rejection, and to see it and painted on his face was awesome. So I can't wait for season three. It's gonna be epic.